Well folks, here we go again. It's another Saturday blog from Toronto, aka the Tower of Babel. Again, I was out very early in the morning and I was confronted with another ignoramus bus driver who was actually about 10 minutes early, so I missed the first bus, and it was the same ignoramus on the route round. The same Mr. fucking grumpy, fat four-eyed twat. No hint of good morning or nothing, so I sat down and endured the little ride down to the streetcar stop, whereby I waited for a little while and got on the streetcar down to Queen and, to Queen and Yonge sort of area. Had a coffee. Now this morning there's a planned demonstration much along the lines of the demonstration that's currently been going on in New York City for a time at Wall Street. So when I got into the Tim Hortons very early, this was sort of about 6:40 this time, and instead of it being practically empty apart from a few people on the ponce, there was quite a lot of these young student type characters like flopping around in there, looking all radical and everything. So I had me coffee and a little sandwich and just took in a bit of the view of the nice young arse, that was on display. So then anyway, I went along to have another mooch around, see if there's anything worth photographing. Not too much really. There's always a few film trucks here in Toronto, doing location shooting, so I again hovered around, lurked about a little bit. So then made my way down to my place of work, where I had to use the manager's phone from his office because I didn't want to use my cell phone minutes up, basically because generally they patch you through to a long distance call when you're calling customer service or anything. So had to wait till 9 o'clock to do that, whereby I phoned them up and got all a lot of bullshit, having to press number 2 and number 3 for this, that and the other. So eventually this French Canadian girl came on the line, and I explained my problem, that my bill should have been roughly $50 or so for my internet service for a month, but instead they were charging me 130 odd bucks, and I wanted to know the reason why. So it turned out that they'd charged me for a modem which I didn't have, or I didn't send back. It was always not their mistake basically, and it's some silly cunt that obviously wasn't fucking doing his job correctly as usual. So then, I got that over and done with and mooched around outside. Well, I actually work right near the Toronto Stock Exchange, where the planned demonstration was the focus. So I heard all this kerfuffle outside and walked along, and then lo and behold, by Reuters news agency, there was these characters coming down with red flags. So I started running the old camcorder, and I think they must have thought I was the old Bill or something, because they started actually filming me and photographing me. These sad bunch of fucking old bearded left-wing twats basically, that looks as though they wanted a fucking good wash. So anyway, off they went. I then, hovered around a bit via another Tim Hortons, where I plied myself more coffee. And then, lo and behold, there was a demonstration right up near the Toronto Stock Exchange and the TD Bank there. So, I came along to have a little bit of a look, and there was a few speeches, a lot of native flags, various placards, slogans, etc. So then, as I say, I did a little bit of filming and a few stills, photographs. There's actually a guy with a field camera there, what appeared to be a Deardorff 5.7 maybe, or 5.4 field camera. He seemed a little bit grumpy, on me showing interest as though like what would a fucking moron like me know anything about like that. But that's just sort of typical for here for the folk in Toronto. And you know, anyway, so I took a few stills photographs, a little bit of footage, and then made my way on the streetcar down to further Queen West, where I, you know, had a bit of a mooch about, etc. as usual. You know, fuck all to report there. Made my way back, again having to endure all the fucking idiots and lunatics, so I stopped off at another Tim Hortons to fortify myself with another coffee, where I sort of eavesdrop on a little bit of conversation. A couple of blokes sitting there, they looked like contractors of some sort, and one bloke was saying how he reckons that Toronto's one big fucking loony bin, and how he's lived here for 30 years on and off and he hates the fucking place. Well, I totally understand where he's coming from there, basically. So then, as I say, I got back on another streetcar, went further into the city, you know, into the Eaton Centre, stayed some mooch about in a place called Black's, which is a sort of a crappy photographic shop, you know, aimed at the fucking moron photographer with more money than sense. So I was just perusing the cameras, and some idiot came up to me and obviously took me for a complete idiot, and can I help you, sir, sort of thing. And what that really meant was, can I flog you the most fucking expensive camera in here and you won't know fuck all about it. So I said, well look, you know, basically the sort of camera I prefer to use was designed in 1948, and you know, all this is all very well, but basically it doesn't cut the shit as far as I'm concerned. So then he left me, he fucked off, and then this, who appeared to be the manager, pounced on me and tried to flog me this mirrorless DSLR thing. Very impressive. It could take old analogue lenses, but basically he knew a little bit more than the other fucking twerp, but you know, his knowledge really you could write on the back of a fucking postage stamp, compared to mine, of course. So then, you know, he showed me this and that, so I give him a big fuck off, and again, you know, mooched about a bit, you know, got fucking insulted by a few people here and there, and spat at, you know, by various third worlders, you know, as they show their disgust. You know, I think they're pretty fucking lucky to be here, personally. So then, you know, went into a supermarket, got a few things I'd forgotten yesterday, and, you know, back home, and here I am. So, on that note then, folks, I'll say over and out and cut until the next time.